Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another video. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whenever it is you're watching this. Hope you're having a good one. But as you can see, we've got a change of scenery today. We're back in the garage, and the old daily driver, well, she's about to get some love. As you can see, I got one wheel off. That's right, it is sitting over here currently. And I'm not sitting on that, I'm going to be sitting on that. But as you can see, the wheel's off. It is because I need to replace that right there. That lower ball joint, if it'll focus. You can see that boot's all ripped up and everything. I just replaced these, Chevy problems. I just actually replaced these ball joints less than a year ago. I did all four, but that boot for some reason ripped. I don't know why, it just did. So for the sake of saving it, I, over here, have a new AC Delco Advantage ball joint. You know, just your standard ball joint. If you wonder what the part number is, there it is. There's the part number. It's for a 2001 Silverado. So we're changing that out today. And as you guys know, I also have this nice little hand cut wrap that I did here that's red chrome. My emblem is red chrome. I don't know if I've shown that off. My emblem's red chrome, as well as all my little badges along the side here are also red chrome. And recently, the newest addition was I did the mirrors. When I did these, they had a ton of bubbles in them, but after sitting, the bubbles have kind of worked themselves out. They have some here and there, but my biggest issue with it is, if I can get it to focus here, that right there. I got a bunch of creases and whatnot in it because I was a little pressed for time when I did these, and not only that, but I also messed it up. I didn't have a big enough sheet, so I couldn't glass them properly, so I need to do that. So I want to fix these, so I have more wrapping to do this. And the wrap, when I ordered it this time, it was the same company, but it actually was like thinner wrap than when I first ordered it. So I learned that, went through a wrap, taught myself some stuff, learned some stuff. So I'm also going to be pulling these apart and getting down to doing these. We're going to be rewrapping these in this video, changing out that lower ball joint, and then probably heading out and working on the 61 because I got a lot of projects that I need to get done. This is just maintenance. I need to give the old girl here some love. But we'll be heading out later today or later in this video. We're going to be working on the 61. I'm going to start stripping pistons and stuff out of it while it's sitting there because I need to be able to get my hand on the crank to spin the crank by hand so I can get the clutch and flywheel off of it. So we got a busy episode for you. So stay tuned and let's get right into it. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, and just like that, the front end is apart. Simply apart. This upper ball joint, I have found that it's a little loose. It's still fairly firm, a little loose. The boots seen better days, so I'm going to clean it up. And because it's not totally destroyed, it's just slightly ripped off of here, I'm just going to probably... We have some tape or something around here that's meant for like gas lines and whatnot. So I'm going to try and find that. I'm going to kind of wrap this in tape the best I can, and then it'll get re-greased. Then I got to re-grease this, and there's one on the idler arm, the pitman arm, and then I'll re-grease the other side. But actually, to get to these lower ball joints, you have to move the entire hub assembly and everything out of the way so that you can get the press and everything to do that. Last time I actually basically took the CV axles out. This time I wanted to attempt it without taking them out. Found out it's possible. You just have to undo that axle shaft nut, which is right here. These do tend to rust on pretty good. So that's interesting. If you're wondering what size these are some people will tell you it's a 36 mil. It is not. These are actually a 35 mil axle nut, in case you're looking for that. But that leads this to be where we're at. So I'm going to grab I've pulled the snap ring off the lower ball joint. So I'm going to smack this out with a hammer. We're not keeping the boot's toast. Like it's garbage, it's gonzo, it's done. So I am going to smack that out, grab my ball joint press the new one in, fix that upper, and then we're going to throw everything back together. And for you guys, the joy of this, especially for you guys, is if I can get this to focus here and look cool, with the snap of my fingers, I'll be done. Just like that. A little bit of editing magic, we're done. Simple. Piece of cake. There she is. She's all sitting back together. I cleaned up the shock a little bit because it had some fluid on it or grease or whatever it was. So I cleaned that up, got that all looking nice. This one did leak a little bit of fluid. But that's whatever. That happened a little while ago. But I'm going to come down here now. I'll show you this in all of its glory. There it is. New ball joint. It's in. All nice and fresh. So, with that being said, I also greased all of the other ball joints and everything on this front end. So I guess the next step, throw this tire on, torque the lug nuts, set it on the ground, and drive it out of here. Yeah. And then that's it. I'll be wrapping the mirrors another day, probably another episode, to be quite honest with you guys. I've been working on this a little too long today. Had a couple breaks and whatnot, so I might go inside and relax for a bit. And maybe, I don't know, I'm not sure what I'm going to do yet. But probably also going to get to the 61 as well, because we're going to start tearing that motor apart with it on the frame. I was going to say in the truck, but on the frame. Also, I've done a little bit of talking, and I have some plans for the 61 as well. I know what I'm going to name it, and I already have an idea for the rear license plate as well. And I think they're going to be super awesome, and I think you guys are going to love them when that time comes. But we are a long ways away from that. So yeah, I'm going to drop this down here, and then crank it up, and we'll drive her on out. Alright guys, well, she's back in the driveway. All nice and done up. Looking pretty good. And that angle right there is not looking half bad. Both sides on the front look decent, so we're probably not going to need an alignment on this thing at all. Something I was a little questioning, but I think we should be good on that. With that being said, I think I am going to cap this video here. This was a decent one. We got a lot done, but I say that because it's starting to heat up. The sun's coming around right in front of me, as you can see, and it's getting warm. So I think I'm going to go inside and relax for a bit. But stay tuned, because next video we are going to start tearing apart and diving into the engine on the 61, that 235 inline 6. Yeah, that'll be happening next video. And what else? And then maybe wrapping the mirrors. We might wrap the mirrors next video, but I'm not sure. But anyways, stay tuned. If you enjoyed this content, let me know. And remember, like, subscribe, maybe comment. You know, the support's always appreciated. But with that being said, have a good night, y'all. Have a good afternoon, good day, whenever it is you're watching this. And remember, stay fueled by passion.